Hello and welcome back to the Football Flint Show. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're back today with another video. Today I'm going to be going through my Champions League Leg 2 predictions that are on next Tuesday and next Wednesday. So let's get straight into it. So I'm just going to be giving you basically a nice wee rundown of what happened maybe in Leg 1 and then just a few points on why, in my opinion, I think this team will win or this team will lose or what will happen in the games pretty much. But before I get into it, don't forget to like and subscribe and throw some comments down below. So, first game, Atletico Madrid versus Club Brugge, Tuesday the 24th of February, 5:45. Leg 1 ended 3-3 in Belgium and it was a close and it was an exciting game. I mean, the scores for Atletico were Alvarez, Lookman and an OG to be fair. But then the scores for Club Brugge were Onyedika, Solis and Tresoldi. In my opinion, I think the game is in Atletico's favour. I mean, they have home advantage. It is still a draw, still could go anyway, but they have home advantage, so I kind of have to sway to that. I mean, and that Atletico are under pressure to get through to this round of 16, to this next round, because in the last 5 games they've lost 2, they've won 2 and they've drawn 1. So they'll be under pressure to get to that next round of the Champions League. But then you have Club Brugge, who are not to be underestimated. I mean, in that Leg 1 against Atletico Madrid, they had 17 shots and they could definitely scrape a win or get a win and play like they did the last day and create the chances in an exciting game and win at the Metropolitano, like the sides like Bodø Glimt, who won there not so long ago. So, but my prediction for that game is Atletico 3-2, Atletico go through. Really, because I feel like there'll be goals, but I feel like Atletico will scrape through, maybe a 2-1 or 3-2, something along those lines. So, yeah, that's my prediction for that game. On to the next game, it's Bayer Leverkusen versus Olympiakos, that same day, but at 8 o'clock, Tuesday, 8 o'clock. Leg 1 ended with Bayer Leverkusen winning 2-0 over Olympiakos, with Schick scoring twice, Patrick Schick scoring twice. That's not good news for Ireland fans. We don't want him in form by next month for that game, that qualifier to the World Cup. So we don't want him playing well, especially in the next couple of weeks. But with Bayer Leverkusen basically up 2-0 and at home, they should be looking to win this tie, to put this tie to bed really, get a few goals and really take that lifeline away from Olympiakos. Don't give them any chances, get a few goals and kind of don't give them a chance to go at the game and try and get their goals. Olympiakos will get chances, but they will need that first goal to put the pressure on Leverkusen, and then it's all to play for then once they get that first goal, because they can go and attack Leverkusen. They have nothing to lose now as they're 2-0 down already. My prediction though is 2-1 Bayer Leverkusen. Bayer Leverkusen go through. I mean, just by how good they were in the first leg. Well, not how good they were, but how convinced they were in the first leg. I feel like another 2 goals maybe scored by them. Olympiakos will put pressure on them and will score. That's my prediction. 2-1 Bayer Leverkusen and they go through. Next game is Inter and Bodø Glimt. I mean, next Tuesday at 8 o'clock, but even to talk about that Leg 1 that ended 3-1 with Bodø winning that, I mean, Bodø have a capacity of over 8,000 in their stadium, and you know, if they're a small club, but they're picking up some results at the minute in the Champions League, beating the likes of Man City, Atletico Madrid, Inter Milan, and hopefully for them, they'll want to get through to this next round. So in that first leg, you had the scores like Brunstad Fett, Højga, who used to play for AC Milan, and Hoth, the striker, who's playing unbelievable football at the minute. That wee touch for that assist, I think it was Brunstad Fett. Oh my god, what a nice wee assist. And then for Inter, it was Esposito. I mean, for Inter in the San Siro, but 2 goals down, this will be tough for them. They are under pressure to get a result big time, and they could be joining Atalanta and Juventus, the 2 other remaining Italian sides. They could be joining them to get knocked out basically. But Bodø have been playing really well. They're really good football inside. Kind of once they get the ball, once they win it in the midfield or whatever, they move really quickly. They're really good in the counter, and they play some really nice passages of football, and they're very dangerous, and they showed that the last night against Inter. So you know, you could be looking towards, well, my prediction is the game's going to end up like 2-1 Inter Milan or 1-1 Bodø or 1-1 Bodø, that's a draw anyways, but 2-1 Inter Milan or 1-1, but Bodø go through, because I don't think they defended really well, and Inter I don't think will get the goals, to be honest. That's my prediction for that game anyways. 1-1 Bodø or 2-1 Inter Milan, but Bodø go through. On to the other game, Tuesday 8 o'clock, Newcastle versus Qarabağ FK. I mean, leg 1 was 6-1 to Newcastle. Gordon got 4 goals in the first half. Nothing else to speak about there. 4 goals from Anthony Gordon. But I don't see Qarabağ coming back from this, to be honest, especially away from home. And they would need a really magic night if they were to score 6 goals to win an aggregate, and that's without Newcastle scoring. So look, Newcastle had 22 shots in the first leg. My prediction will be Newcastle win 3-0 or 4-0 or 5-0. They'll have to win. They'll win 3. I'm gonna go 3-1 or 4-1. One of the two of them, I think. I can't keep giving 2 predictions, but that's what I'm going with. And then on to our Wednesday games now. Wednesday 5:45, we've got Atalanta. I don't have anything Atalanta around here at the minute. I've got a Santos top on, but Atalanta versus Borussia Dortmund, on to the main topic. Leg 1 ended with Borussia Dortmund winning 2-0 in Germany. Guirassy and Bayer with the goals. Look, Dortmund had the better chances in that game, and they had over 2 expected goals, where Atalanta only had 0.7 something or 0.6. I mean, look, Atalanta will be at home, but they'll need to create chances, they'll need to score, and they'll need to go at it. Look, the other side of it is they're down 2 goals, they have to go at it. There's no real pressure on them. There's more pressure in Dortmund to bottle it, but at home they have to go at Dortmund and try and create some chances, because in the past 2 games in the Champions League, back-to-back matches, they haven't scored, and that's the first time they've ever done that before, even in European matches. But my prediction is 1-1 Dortmund will go through. I feel like Atalanta will score, but Dortmund are a pretty strong side and they played well last night, so I feel like that's my prediction. Not that I want to see some of the Italian sides stay in, but it's just tough the way that they've been playing at the minute. They haven't been going too well. That's the annoying side of it. Napoli not even making the top, was it 24? They didn't even make that. It was a bit disappointing, when they're challenging for the league title. But yeah, that's it. That's my prediction. On to the next game. We've got Juventus versus Galatasaray, Wednesday 8 o'clock. Leg 1 ended with Galatasaray winning 5-2. I mean, they're victorious, winning 5-2, with Napoli loanee Noah Lang getting a brace, as well as Davinson Sanchez, who I haven't heard his name in a while, Boy and Zara picking up the goals for Galatasaray. But on the positive side for Juventus fans, even though there's not positives from losing 5-2, but Tane Koopmeiners scored a brace, which is good for him, but not with that result. I mean, 5-2, getting beat by Galatasaray. Juventus will need a very, very big performance on Wednesday night. If they do not want to be knocked out, they need to perform, and they need goals, and they only had 7 shots in leg 1. They will need a lot more than 7 shots. They will need to create, and put Galatasaray under pressure straight away. But on the other side of it is they have to keep Galatasaray at bay, because Galatasaray in leg 1 there, the last day, had 22 shots, 9 were on target. Not too good out of 22 shots, but 22 shots compared to 7, massive number there, and that's why Galatasaray scored 5 goals and Juventus scored 2. So Juventus need a big performance in that Wednesday night. But my prediction is, I think it's going to be tight. I think Juventus might win 2-1, but that means Galatasaray go through. I mean, it will take a lot of goals for Juventus, which could happen, but then that means them not conceding to the likes of Noah Lang and Osimhen, dangerous forwards. So that's my prediction for that game. Now we're coming to near the end of it. You've got 2 more matches. You've got PSG versus Monaco, Wednesday 8 o'clock as well. Leg 1, PSG with a 3-2 comeback win away. Doué brace and Hakimi goal to overcome Balogun's brace. But, I mean, the turning point was really Golovin's red card, and he's been sent off now. He was sent off last week in the Ligue 1. Now he's sent off there in the Champions League. Not a good week for him, getting sent off twice in the space of 7 days, But this is PSG's title lose. I mean, at home, 1 goal up in aggregate, playing a side who are sitting 8th in the Ligue 1. I know that doesn't matter, but they're the current champs of the Champions League. They have to win this, and this is their tie to lose. If Monaco win it, fair play to Monaco, but PSG have to be convincing here and take control of this tie and say, we're going to go and win this now, we're going to go score goals, and we're going to go do what we do best. And that's why my prediction is PSG win 3-1 and they go through. And then on to the last game, Real Madrid versus Benfica on Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. Leg 1 was 1-0. Real Madrid won, of course. Vinny scoring a wonderful goal. What a goal, top corner. And then obviously the controversy that came after it. I mean, I'm sure everyone has heard what has happened, and you know, it's don't know what to be said, but it's not good when you're talking under top. But I mean, we're not here to chat about that. We're here to talk about this leg 2, and in Madrid, 1-0 up. You should be expecting Madrid to go through, basically, especially after what happened with that controversy. I wouldn't be surprised if Vinny turns absolutely demon mode and goes Michael Jordan and scores about 2 goals. And but that's what Real need to do. They need to not give Benfica a lifeline. If Benfica score first, it's all to play for. But Real Madrid have to come out all guns blazing, score 2 goals early, and just cut don't give them any oxygen, don't even let them breathe, and that will be them getting a result. But Benfica will be looking at it as a chance, you know, 1 goal down, an early goal, as I said, that bring them straight back in the tie, and that would set up for an exciting game. But that's my prediction, is going to be 2-1 to Madrid or 3-1 to Madrid, and Madrid go through. That's it. That's my predictions done. There was the eight games. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Who do you think will go through in those games? Drop them down in the comments below. Who do you think will win the Champions League overall? That's a question for you. Don't forget. And I don't know what else to say, but yeah, I'm just going to keep going. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, as I've said already. But that's me for today. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and goodbye.